So in today's video I wanted to discuss a very big potential scenario that could be pulled off later in Crystalized, and this all revolves around two of the main villain characters for this season, and how both of their pasts are actually more connected and more intertwined than you may realise at first. And what we are about to get into today could really cause for some huge tension between these two characters. But as always, I will just ask that if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It would help me out so much. And hey, if you enjoy the content, why not consider it? With this being said though, let's get started with today's video. So, spoiler alert in case you still somehow don't already know. Well, Harumi, she is back. Episode 12 showed us that crazy reveal scene in which she is actually returning behind the masked character. She's back. And for a quick plot summary of Harumi, we know that she's basically a villain because, well, she hated the ninja and had something against them due to the fact that they basically failed in stopping the Great Devourer back in Season 1, which ultimately led to the death of her parents, and that's why she idolized Garmadon, because he was actually the one that stopped the Devourer. And that's basically Harumi's deal, right? That's why she was evil in the first place, and that's why she went against the ninja, and that's why she wanted to see them suffer so much. Well, she's one of the main villains in this new season, but if we take a look at another main villain, that being Pythor, well, what's his deal? Well, obviously, he, back in Season 1, was the person that literally wanted to set the Devourer free, and he succeeded in that. Which means that Pythor was basically behind, technically, the death of Harumi's parents due to him setting the Great Devourer free, which, why am I bringing this up? Well, obviously, to some huge tension and a lot of drama between these two characters, but there is a slight issue with this, because so far, Harumi doesn't really seem to care. From what we've seen, you know, if she was the one assembling these villains together, you'd think that she would kind of run a background check on these villains and kind of know what they were doing back in their pasts, and, you know, what they're all about. So, in this case, it seems a little bit strange that she somehow doesn't know that Pythor was the one to set the Great Devourer free, which leads us onto a whole lot of other questions. Now, first of all, maybe I'm just kind of going too far and it's too early on. Maybe she will actually find out a little bit later on in the season, and, you know, that will cause for Pythor to kind of get kicked out of this villain team, and there will be some drama between Harumi and Pythor, which, by the way, would be incredible. I would love to see those two characters have a story like that, in which they completely go against each other. I think that would be awesome, and would obviously make sense, considering what Pythor did do, and how much Harumi hated the ninja due to them not being able to even stop the Great Devourer. It's only right that she would absolutely despise Pythor. But there is another option here, which is maybe just suggesting that she doesn't care anymore. Maybe she's moved on, and there is also that opportunity that this isn't actually the real Harumi, which would also explain why she doesn't really care too much. I'm going to throw that one out there as well as another possibility, because we do actually have confirmation that Harumi did definitely die in Season 9. This new Harumi in Crystalized is either going to be a new character, or she was revived in some sort of way afterwards by the Overlord. We're not exactly too sure on that just yet, but maybe there is something that's causing her to just straight up not really care about that anymore. She doesn't really care about what Pythor did and what happened with her parents anymore. She's moved on, and this is a completely new chapter in Harumi's life. That's definitely another possibility. Either way though, I did want to throw this out there because a lot of people have been overlooking it, and I think it's super interesting to talk about, and I feel as though a story arc like this would be really awesome to see. So yeah, that's basically all I've got to say in this one. With all of this being said, if you did enjoy today's video, feel free to drop a like on it. Of course, drop your thoughts down below on all this in the comments too. I would love to hear some thoughts regarding this. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to keep up to date on all of my latest Ninjago content and Ninjago news here on the channel. With all of this being said, I will see you all in my next video coming out very soon. Goodbye.